Hello there guys, and welcome to this Explain 11 video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Reality Expansion Pack by SimCoders for the default Cessna 172 by Laminar Research. The Reality Expansion Pack, or REP, was first introduced into the Coronado aircraft, and post its successful development it was introduced into the Laminar Research Cessna 172 and quite recently the Aero Simulation Development Group Super Cub. We are currently situated at Arlington Municipal Airport in the United States. This scenery was developed by Airfoils Labs. Yes, the same company that developed the Cessna 172. And let me tell you, this is beautiful scenery. A link to it will be provided in the description section of the video. Also in this video is our third giveaway. More information and instructions on how to enter the giveaway will be provided to you later in the video. Let us now begin by taking a look at the various features that the Reality Expansion Pack brings to Laminar's default Cessna 172. Upon successful installation of REP, you should get the control panel on the left side of the screen. It contains a kneeboard, mass and balance, walkaround, a tow feature, the maintenance report, and the automatic engine start. The kneeboard provides you with the checklist for normal operations, emergency procedures, as well as references for takeoff performance. The mass and balance window provides you with all the information related to the aircraft weight and balance in terms of load stations, fuel tanks, landing center of gravity prediction, a summary of the aircraft weight and balance, as well as a picture showing you the center of gravity envelope for safe takeoffs and landings. The walkaround is probably the single most important procedure before any flight, and the Reality Expansion Pack has simulated this in style in this plugin. If we click on the walkaround here, we're not going to go through all the steps, but suffice it to say that you can go through all the stages of the walkaround to make sure that your aircraft is fit for flight. And this includes checking your elevator, checking the rudder, checking your fuel quantity and color, and checking the oil quantity and color. The Reality Expansion Pack also comes with its own tow to tow the aircraft. Just click on tow, release the parking brake, and then you can use your joystick to tow the aircraft to your desired position. Very nice indeed. On to my most favorite part in the Reality Expansion Pack, which is the maintenance report. Now, the maintenance report is where you check the aircraft's status and replace or repair damaged items. As you can see, the cylinders are okay, cylinder compression is okay. Oil fluid, we're using the SAE 20W50. It's currently clean, and we have 50 hours before change. This is the maximum lifetime of the oil fluid. We have 8 quarts of oil, which is the maximum, and available oil types. Now, for this part, I suggest that you read the manual, because normally during winter operations we use thinner fuel, and during summertime we use thicker fuel. So these oil types actually differ in viscosity, and this is actually simulated in the Reality Expansion Pack. So I highly recommend that you read the manual to use the correct type of oil for the season. As you can see, the oil filter is clean. We've got about 96 hours before a change is required. The oil pump is fine. Electrical fuel pump is okay. Fuel filter, you can switch your spark plugs. There's, as you can see, lots and lots of things in this aircraft that will really bring it to life, and you really have to take care of your aircraft. We have a fan here that we can use for winter operations if the engine is too cold. It says CHD is 7 degrees Celsius. You're good to go, so we're fine. We don't need to use the fan at the moment. Again, you can see the current charge. We have a full charge, and we're going to play around a little bit and abuse this and see what happens. All our avionics currently check okay. The struts and the tires, as well as the braking system, are all functioning per design intent. Now it is time, folks, to power up the aircraft, take it for a short flight, abuse it maybe a little bit, and put the Reality Expansion Pack to the test. Alright, let's begin powering up the aircraft.
Traffic, line number 36.
Fuel tank on both. Battery is on. And beacon is on. Throttle, 1/4 of an inch open. Fuel pump is on. Mixture full rich. We'll wait for positive fuel flow. And then mixture on idle cutoff. And we need to turn off the fuel pump now. And now let's give it a crack. Just making sure the parking brake is set. Okay, we have a good start. Mixture lean. About 1000 RPM is good. And now we can turn on the nav lights and the alternator.
Sequim Valley weather.
We have a good start on the engine, and we're at about 1000 RPM. I really like this needle vibration. Now our temperature is still not in the green area here, so higher RPM may damage the engine, and this is simulated perfectly in the reality expansion pack. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to release the parking brake. We're going to taxi to the runway, and let me make sure here everything's okay. Full down, full up, full left, full right. We'll do the rudder check as well. And that is also clear. Everything's looking good. Let's release the parking brake and taxi to the runway. Alright, so while we taxi to the runway, here's the giveaway question. Who is the Scenery Gateway lead at Laminar Research? There is a link in the description section of the video to go and register your answer. You don't need to be subscribed to the channel, you just need to provide the correct answer and you should enter the giveaway. I decided to do it this way as some of you said that it was unfair to give the giveaway prize to the first person who answers the questions correctly, since many of you are unable to view the video when it's first posted. Alright, I think we are now good to go. Let's release the parking brake and let's go ahead and depart. Let's bring the yoke back. Trim is okay. Again, while taxiing you should lean the mixture, otherwise you could really ruin your spark plugs pretty quickly. Alright, and here we go. Let's get lined up. Mixture full rich. And now we're ready to go. Knots, rotate. Tell you, I really enjoy this Cessna 172, and the reality expansion pack really brings it to life. It feels very, very good. Actually, it's better than a lot of the payware aircraft at a much higher price. The price, by the way, of the reality expansion pack is $19.99. And by the way, I did pay for the plugin, just in case you're wondering. I do get, by the way, a lot of plugins, or I get a lot of emails from developers telling me, here's a we want to give you a free copy of our plugin to test. And while I really appreciate the generosity, I actually refused on most occasions to receive those plugins, simply because I always want to remain unbiased when giving you guys those reviews. So when I actually pay for the plugin, there's two things I can achieve with that. One, I am under no pressure to do the video, and so I don't rush into things. I do take my time to study the plugin. I give myself ample time to test the plugin, really to give you guys a fair review. And then second thing is that I can remain unbiased because I paid for the plugin, so I can really say what I want to say without any pressure. So there we go. We are now climbing to about 2,000 feet, and what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to lean the mixture. Okay, here we go. Mixture's lean. All right, so let's do a few tests here. I'm going to make a sharp left and right turns. Let's do a left turn first. And then we'll do a right turn. Ease off a little bit on the power. The sounds are pretty nice. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stall the aircraft. So I'm going to bring the power back and we'll pitch up. Let's see what happens. There we go, that's the stall warning. Very, very accurate behavior in terms of the stall. Right, let's do the rudder test. Very fluid. Alright, so before we head back to Arlington and land, let's check a few things. This is where the EGT needle is at right now, and this is the fuel flow. Mixture is lean. We are at about 2200 RPM. Okay, let's go ahead and put the mixture on full rich. Watch what happens here. Full rich, as you can see, the EGT needle has gone down, fuel flow has gone up, and now I'm going to put the mixture back on lean again. As you can see, the fuel flow is reduced. Bring it a little back up, and now you can see the EGT needle is rising again. All right, it is now time for us to head back to Arlington and land the aircraft. So we are heading now back to the airport to land. The airport is to our left. That's the runway right here. So we'll put the mixture on full rich for landing. We are at about 80 knots right now, so I'm going to extend the flaps. We'll make a return towards the airport now. A little bit of crosswind here as we come to land. Start reducing our power to about 70 knots. Second degree flaps. We have some crosswinds here as we come into land, and we're going to try to maintain 65 knots or so. That crosswind landing was a pretty bad landing, but we're going to actually go and check the maintenance log now and see if that has caused any abuse to the aircraft. Now that we've made it safely into Arlington Municipal, let's go ahead and take a look at the maintenance report to see what has happened during our flight. The first thing you'll notice is that the oil life and the oil filter life has reduced by 1 hour. And then we've got, as you can see, the battery has drained. Now, by the way, it doesn't drain this fast, but I've done some abuse offline to show you guys how the battery actually drains. And due to the really terrible landing that I've done today, as you can see, there is some wear and tear in the left and right tires, and now you can click on Fix to fix those problems. In conclusion, the Reality Expansion Pack, in my opinion, provides for a very authentic simulation of what happens in the real world in terms of aircraft management and flight. I really highly recommend the Reality Expansion Pack. I think it's one of the better made plugins for X-Plane, and it definitely will bring in a lot of challenge and a lot of fun to your flying experience in X-Plane 11. Guys, I want to thank you very much for watching the video today. I hope that this was an insightful and useful video. Please don't forget to enter the giveaway and give it a go. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, and bye-bye for now.